Hi guys, and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to make buttermilk chess pie with grilled peaches from the Poole cookbook. We've already made the pie crust, so that should be a separate video. If you haven't seen it already, it should be linked down below. But now we're going to make the filling for the pie crust. And let's get right to it. All right, so first we're going to mix together some dry ingredients. We've got sugar, we've got brown sugar, and then here in this this small bowl we have flour, plain all-purpose flour. We have cornmeal. It's yellow cornmeal, and then we have a little bit of salt. Get all that out. And then I think that's it for these ingredients. Yep. And so we're just going to mix this up a little bit so it's incorporated. All right. And now we're going to need, one second. All right, we need 2 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get the whites in this bowl, but I'm gonna crack 2 whole eggs. And then I'm gonna show you how I separate the egg, the yolk and the white. Of course, this one did not separate very nicely, but we can still manage it. So you use the shell to strain it. Some people use their fingers, some people use a specific tool, but this is how I always do it. That one was a little bit better. And since we are using some whites, it doesn't really matter if we get some extra white in the bowl. All right, no shell, all good. And we don't need these whites for this recipe. So now we're just going to whip these up together. All right, and then, okay, we've got some butter that has been melted. This is unsalted butter, melted, and it's been cooled to room temperature, so it's not going to curdle my eggs, but we're going to whisk it in sort of gradually so it gets incorporated nicely. All right. Okay. Got all our butter out. And now we're going to add the rest of our wet ingredients to this. We're going to add a little bit of, some vanilla extract. There we go. We've got some lemon zest and lemon juice. My lemon was pretty large, but that should be fine. Had a lot of zest. Mix that up. And some buttermilk, because buttermilk chess pie. All right. Figure I have the spatula out, might as well use it. All right, and so now we're going to whisk in the dry ingredients here, which is mostly sugar, but also some flour. We have our par-baked pie crust, so it's not completely done, but it is par-baked. And we have our buttermilk chess pie mixture, and we're just going to put this in here And that is it. And we're gonna bake it. Let's hope it all fits. Yeah, it's all gonna fit. So we bake this at 325, which is the same temperature we par baked the crust at, for 50 minutes. All right, 40 to 50 minutes. And then we let it cool for 1 hour. So we'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right. This pie is topped with some grilled peaches. So I've got my grill. She says a charcoal grill, which I don't have, but also you can use a grill pan or a cast iron pan if you want. I'm just gonna have my grill on high heat here, and you put them cut side down. They've already had, they've been covered with olive oil and been sprinkled with a little bit of salt. So put them cut side down until they are charred. About 4 minutes, she says. So we're just going to let these go until they're charred. Then we're going to turn them over, let them go for a couple minutes on that direction, and then they'll be done and ready for the next step. These peaches have been on the grill for 4 minutes, and despite my extreme desire to touch them, I have not. So we're going to see how they look. Not super charred on that one, but we're going to turn it over and let it go for a couple minutes on that side. I think some of them, like this one, got a good char on some parts. So we're going to let those go for a couple minutes on that side, and some of them I might move to a hotter spot on the other side and get a little bit more char on them. But other than that, I think we're just about done with these. We are going to be removing the skin after they cool off a little bit because we don't generally like to eat the peach skin. My husband doesn't like the texture of it. And then we're going to be dicing them up as a garnish to our pie. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, we made buttermilk chess pie with grilled peaches from the Poole cookbook. And this was a really good pie. Chess pies can be kind of sweet, but the lemon in this really elevated that, and the sweetness was actually a good complement to the grilled peaches. Peaches are a little bit of a tangier fruit, not super duper sweet, so that was good. We did have a little bit of a problem. My pie crust wasn't quite my pie crust. My pie crust was a little underdone, and my pie was slightly underbaked when I finished it. So it just needed a little more time, and it was really kind of hard to tell if it was just set. I think let's see, the recipe says to watch the edges of the crust and cover them if they need to with foil if they start to darken. That was not a problem for me, but to bake it until just set. So it's kind of hard to tell if it was just set because it was just difficult. It wasn't it wasn't easy to tell if it was just set. But all in all, the recipe itself for just the buttermilk chess pie and the grilled peaches was pretty easy. Didn't take a lot of extra equipment. You just sort of whisked everything together and put it in there. And grilling the peaches did certainly add an extra flavor. So it was pretty recommended. My coworkers enjoyed it. We took the leftovers to work with us. And so all in all, good recipe. I'd make it again. If you enjoyed this recipe, if you enjoyed watching me cook, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and come back next week and maybe see how we made another pie.